All right, started. All right, Shalom.
Shalom.
We want to begin this lesson by giving all praise, honor, and glory to our power, Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Hashem,
Bahashem,
Yahweh Shai,
Bahashah,
Bahashem,
Bahashem,
Rachak Kodash.
Bahashem,
Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who have taught us all the truth and the spirit and power of Hashem Yahweh Shai. All right, we're back here with another lesson, and we do hope and pray that this is edifying to the hopeful elect out there. All right, and I do want to say Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, Barakatham. To you sincere Akyam Wak, and a sincere Shalom to you brothers that are out here laboring in this truth, pushing these videos out, and going out there putting your body out as a living sacrifice on the highways and the hedges. All right, Shalom to you all, and Lord willing, this is edifying. So, by the title of the lesson, all right, so we're going to talk briefly about how everybody is waking up to who this devil is. All right, this devil, uh, who we know as Esau Edom, who was the so-called self-proclaimed white man as of 1681. All right, this is the devil that the Bible speaks about. All right, and the word devil, it goes back into deceiver, slanderer, or accuser. And we know in the scriptures he's accused of all three of those things, deceiving the people. All right, not just the Israelites, he deceived the entirety of the world. All right, he's also been accused of slandering us. All right, you know, and, laying stumbling blocks, laying snares, all right, and then trying to blame us for something he caused us to err in, and things of that sort, right? And slander, and he's also an accuser. He's been charged of that, accusing us day and night, which goes back into slander. So it's really the same thing, right? So it says in the title, the whole world is coming around to who the devil truly is, and I put up the definition, a brief definition of the whole world. Right here, I said coming around, meaning, so like in that whole world coming around. But it says the phrase coming around can have several meanings. And it says it can mean to visit someone at their home. It can also refer to changing one's opinion about something. And people's opinions are being changed right now by the mouth of the prophets. And right now, they didn't want to hear what we had to say 10 plus years ago, right? But now, as of this time now, like the elder apostle Tahar said, many people aren't, those people who used to be scoffing a lot, they're not coming around scoffing anymore because a lot of people are seeing that the Hebrew Israelites are 100% correct, all right, as a whole, all right, not just talking about a specific group, but as a whole, we're correct about who this devil is, all right. But we here at Great Millstone, we hold the 100% truth, all right. And it says in an idiomatic usage, it may imply becoming more agreeable or accepting of a situation over time. And over time, these people are becoming more agreeable. They're becoming more acceptable of seeing what the hell we're in right now.
Hey, like it says in the scriptures, man, when the times come, you know what I'm saying, they shall know that a prophet has been among them,
Yep.
right? The things that we've been saying, I might as well pull it out, right?
Yeah, go
Bring it
ahead.
out. Yeah, the scriptures just tell it better than I can say it and what I was about to say. So everything that we said to them, when they hear the things that we say, these prophecies, or when we read the Bible, to them it's a joke. Everything is a laughing matter, or the things that we're saying is not true, and it's very unserious to them. This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 33, and verse 30. It says, also thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, everyone to his brother, saying, Come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord Yahweh. It says, And they come unto us, and they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they shew much love, but their heart goeth after their covetousness. As it says in the scriptures, man, these people doth honor me with their words, but their hearts are far from me. Right? If you go to any type of quote unquote black mother or quote unquote black grandmother or anything of that nature, Nine times out of ten, they listen to a lot of what? Gospel music, right? That would be an example of our people honoring the Lord with his honoring the Lord with their mouths or their lips, but in turn, them not even doing the things that are said in the Bible, right? They go to church and do all these other things as if they follow what the Bible says, but they don't do anything that the Bible actually tells them to do. It says, "And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice, and can play well on an instrument, for they hear thy words, but they do them not." Right? Whenever you come into this truth, you've had many times where you told your family members or even friends about this truth, and you tell them, and they do not regard, they forsake your words, right? They forbear, or they don't listen. And then it comes a point where sometimes you come around and you stop talking about it, and they're like, hey, why don't you talk about these things anymore and stuff like that, right? Because to them, it's entertaining. They like when you talk about these things. I'll even have people like my mother. She'll ask me, how was camp or how's it going and all this other stuff. When truly, she doesn't care about this truth. She doesn't care about what I do on the highways and the byways. She's just asking, right? They just want to know. But when you come into that spirit where you don't care about telling them anymore, or you don't care about them knowing, or you don't care about them if they take heed or not, then they start being concerned when you don't talk about it anymore. Because they think or they expect you just to continue talking about it forever and over again, as if our job is to convert or make people believe the truth, right? Of course, it's our job to get the message out there, but it's not our job to make people believe us. And it's not our job to make people understand us. Well, we are supposed to let the people know and make it plain upon table so that they can understand us. But whether they do or don't, it's not up to us. It's up to the Heavenly Father. And here's my point. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet has been among them. Right? So when the things that we've been saying start to unfold, which we've been seeing, the beginning of the things we've been saying come to pass this early in the year, you have people who are afraid. You have people who are saying, oh, these guys were right. We need to start listening to them, all this other stuff. But remember, though, remember they called us crazy. They said these things weren't going to happen. They called us every name under the book. All of these things have been said to brothers, right? Now I'm gonna get those those 4 verses in the NLT, then pass it back to the brother. It says, "Son of man, your people talk about you in their houses and whisper about you at the doors." For instance, my mother. I can give an example. How does what I believe in come in conversation with your friends? Why do they know that I'm a Hebrew Israelite? How does that even come up in the topic? Oh yeah, my son's a Hebrew Israelite. That's not even a conversation a worldly person would have, right? They say to each other, "Come on, let's go hear the prophet tell us what the Lord Yahweh is saying." So my people come pretending to be sincere and sit before you. They listen to your words, but they have no intention of doing what you say. It comes a point in time, right, where myself and the brother, we've had instances where our worldly friends will come and talk about things in the group chat, things they're having go on in their life, and we see them about to go off, or we see them about to do some wicked stuff, and we'll be like, "Hey, don't do that," right? We wouldn't advise that you do that. It's not a wise thing to do.
Niggas even go to lengths to say, I'm waiting to hear this person's response, talking about one of us brothers.
Exactly.
I want to see what he say, and then we say something, and then they go against it. What you want to hear what I had to say for
Yeah.
that?
10 times out of 10, they go against what we say. It's very, very, very rare that they don't. I don't even know if I can recall times that they didn't. But hey,
Right.
as my mother says, some lessons you have to buy. Says their mouths are full of lustful words, and their hearts seek only after money. You are very entertaining to them. So it comes a point in time where if they ask us for advice or we see them going off, it comes to a point now, who wants to sound like a broken record? Who wants to keep on telling this group of people, hey, you shouldn't do that? You get tired of it, so you just stop saying stuff. You are very entertaining to them, like someone who sings love songs with a beautiful voice or plays fine music on an instrument. They hear what you say, but they don't act on it. I've heard the elder Menachem Zagba say this before. I've heard the elder Apostle Tahar say this before. I've heard countless brothers say this before. These people like to watch us as a form of entertainment. Anyone like that, they got something coming to them. That's all I'm gonna say.
Say that again, brother.
A lot of people be watching these videos and stuff like that. They watch us, like people who comment on the comment boards. They'll watch us, and they watch it for entertainment purposes. So then
Oh
they'll
yeah,
comment something like, "Hey, you need to stop cursing, or you need to stop doing this and that," because it hurts their feelings, and they're
yeah,
missing the actual point of the lesson.
yeah, yeah.
But when all these terrible things happen to them, as they certainly will, then they will know a prophet has been among them, right? So, for instance, like I've told my friends, adultery, any other type of wicked acts that they've done or brought across the table, don't do that. The Lord's gonna get you. The Lord's
Right.
gonna destroy your ass. You just gotta find out for yourself, man. Cause you gonna go through with it. You think I'm bluffing. Okay.
And then they think because you stop talking about it that they good. They in the clear.
Exactly.
That's just the type of power we serve. It's like I said a while back. Jake, you can't finesse the finesser, bro. You can't do it, bro. Just like you think you're supplanting and sneaking around. Who do you think created all that, bro? Like the brother Dawad said in the video. He literally named one of his sons supplanter. Like, let's be real now. So Jake is stupid, man. I wanted to back the brother with a few scriptures, before we move forward into the video and all that. So brother was making a point. Well, first off, for his most recent point that he made, I wanted to get the book of Ecclesiastes 8 and 11. And it says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. All right, now this is really talking about Israelites concerning sons of men, but everybody is in this case. Esau hasn't been judged yet. His kingdom hasn't been brought down completely yet. So this nigga thinks he's still gonna get his NWO pushed out. Jake don't face a quick judgment, so they think they in the clear to do whatever BS they want, man. And they have a grace period. You can't say they can't come out with an excuse saying, "Oh, we didn't know, we didn't have a grace period. The Lord didn't give us a chance." When He did, He did by putting His prophets out there on the highways and the hedges. But like Second Chronicles says, 36 and 15, you misuse His prophets. All right, you mocked at them, you scoffed at them. All right, you call us names, you come up against us, you try to lord over us and give us orders like you running the show. Doesn't make any sense. Like y'all the judges. We're the judges, man. We don't need you to judge us. We're the judges. We already have judges, all right, above us, and it ain't you. All right, you got people coming on brothers' comment boards, elders' comment boards, coming up to everybody camps saying nonsense, trying to teach us. We're the teachers, man. Like the elder apostle Tahar always says, we're lecturers. We're not debaters and none of that. We're lecturers. But to back the brother also, Second Ezra 9 and 9, it says, then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. So that's what's coming to you 2/3. Like the brother said, then shall they know a prophet has been among them. All right. So you're abusing the ways of the Lord because this is a grace period that the Lord has given you. And what are you doing? You're forwarding more wickedness, man, for lack of better terms. It says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. All right. And y'all are receiving benefits. Some people are getting blessed, all that whatnot, whatever you want to call it. right? They're living solid lives, etc. Hell, what's one of the best ways the Lord can bless a man? By giving him a woman that actually is feminine, that actually listens 100% of the times. She does everything in her power to make sure you're pleased. And then you would turn around, your woman's a fucking demon. And then you look at a nigga in the world, the most wicked, demonic nigga you can see in the world. This nigga woman so feminine. You're like, man, what the fuck? Hey, bro, it's a part of the war, So Jake, and that's just one example. So Jake think they in a good case, man, but they don't know the Lord is all about sneaking up on a nigga. How many times do the scriptures say, "For the day of the Lord shall come as a thief in the night"? It says it so many times, it's innumerable, right? So this is not a game, all right? But you're gonna find out the hard way. You can't play being a Hebrew Israelite. People think this shit is a game or something. It's not a game. We don't put up lessons, put up videos, sometimes even multiple videos a day. But the other Apostle Harvey putting up like 6 to 8 videos a day. God damn it, shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't do this shit for no reason. We don't go on the highways 1 to 3 times a week for no reason. You think we're doing this shit for fun? I mean, we have fun while doing this, but come on, man. This is serious, deadly serious, all right? You're going to find out the hard way. It says, "And they that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it." You despised the grace period, man. You didn't want to understand the grace period. You even went to lengths of what? Despising it, right? It says, "The same must know it after death by pain." So that's how you're going to find out what it really is. All right.
Abusers of this world.
Huh?
Abusers of this world.
Yeah, you're right. You use the word not abusing, they abuse it. Like the brother just said, yep. You know what I'm saying? ODing out this motherfucker. I don't want to get this as well to back you. Ezekiel 2:5, "And they, whether they will hear," it's like, and they, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear. All right, like the brother was saying, it don't matter if you listen to us or it don't matter if you don't listen to us. You know what I'm saying? Our job is not to make you convert. We're not in charge of converting people. If someone wakes up to this truth and fully converts, they repent and convert, like the book of Acts say, that was all of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. We didn't do shit. All right. So we're not in charge of making you wake up. You know what I'm saying? Our job was to simply warn you. All right. And through us warning you, we're washing your blood off of our hands. So we're not accountable when the Lord brings the smackdown on you. All right. That's our job, to warn. We're not here to make you get it. All right, like the brother was saying, we're not here to make you understand, but he kind of recant, but it's the truth. We're not here to make you understand. The Lord has to make you understand. He has to give you the spirit of understanding. We don't control who gets the Holy Spirit and who doesn't. We're not in control of that. Like the brother said, yeah, make it plain upon tables. But if you get it, you get it, nigga. If you don't, you fucked. At the end of the day, shit. You know what I'm saying? There's no plainer way to put it, right? So it says, whether they will hear or whether they will forbear, for they are a rebellious house. It's natural. Y'all, Israelites are just rebellious. That goes back into the wild olive tree, wild by nature. All right, it says, yet shall they know, or Salaki, yet shall know that there hath been a prophet among them. So you're going to still know whether you hear or forbear that a prophet been among you, because the things that we speak about are still going to come to pass, whether you hear or forbear. A lot of people try to ignore what we talk about. They try to ignore us on the highways and hedges. They try to kind of, walk on the other side of the sidewalk or something, or act like they got shit playing in their ear. They're trying to look the other way. Listen, man, nigga, just because you're trying to ignore things and act like it's not a reality doesn't mean this shit is not gonna happen still. You try to act like you don't see us, you don't hear what we're saying. That's not gonna stop what's happening. I mean, nigga, look at the state of the world right now. Niggas just ran up into another country and kidnapped the leader and his wife. This is the type of times we in, bro. You not here, you not seeing, you not awoken. You know what I'm saying? Niggas just text niggas just text people over there in the small hat land, over in our land right now. Sent them a text message talking about look in the sky at midnight. Niggas looked in the sky and it wasn't nothing pretty. You know what I'm saying? Like, these are the times we're living in. Shit is bad. Shit is fucking bad right about now. So whether you hear or whether you forbear, nigga, it's still gonna happen, man. At the end of the day, our job is to preach the word and to warn. That's it. Right? Did you have anything else, bro?
Yeah, I had something to back you up.
Yep. Go ahead.
This is the book Isaiah chapter 29 and verse 12 in the NLT. It says, when you give it to those who cannot read, they will say, we don't know how to read. And so the Lord says, these people say they are mine. They honor me with their lips, but their hearts are far from me. And their worship of me is nothing but man-made rules learned by rote. If you ever go to church, and a lot of clips like this are being exposed now and going viral of how these pastors and preachers are acting in their churches. It's all about money. Everything in this country is about money.
Yeah.
I remember probably the last time I went to church was probably a decade ago, maybe, give or take. The preachers never used to pull out scriptures for real. And if they would, it'd be like one or two scriptures. Mainly it's them. Preachers and pastors are just motivational speakers, man. That's really what they are. With songs in the background.
And motivation runs out. Discipline don't.
Yeah. It says, because of this, I will once again astound these hypocrites, which the word hypocrite also means actor, with amazing wonders. The wisdom of the wise will pass away, and the intelligence of the intelligent will disappear. Like the scriptures say, the wisdom of this world is foolishness to the Most High Power.
Yep.
What sorrow awaits those who try to hide their plans from the Lord? This is my point. Who do their evil deeds in the dark? The Lord can't see us, they say. He doesn't know what's going on. How foolish can you be? He is the potter, and he is certainly greater than you, the clay. Should the created thing say of the one who made it, he didn't make me? Does a jar ever say the potter who made me is stupid? Soon, and it will not be very long, the forest of Lebanon will become a fertile field, and a fertile field will yield bountiful crops. How can you get over on the one who made you? Hey, man. That's just the thought process of the wicked as a whole, though. Not even just Jake. That's the 2/3, the so-called white man. That's all of them. That's how they think. They never consider that the Lord is in the midst. Dang, it's angels around me right now. I can't see them, but they're around me and the brother right now, watching us and seeing what we do every second of the day.
Yeah. Every second of the day, you on the clock. Every action you do is written in the heavens. You know, you can't.
Yeah.
You really can't get away with anything. You know, though you may think you are, you can't get away with anything. And I want to. Oh, you already put it up. I want to back your point real quick. You know, with that Isaiah 29, bro. I ain't read over that in a minute, man. You went back to the chamber on that one. This is the book of Romans 11 and 34 in the Good News translation. Because this is the mind state of Jake. You know, Jake. I want to start at 33, but Jake acts like the Lord owes them something. They act like they're greater than the Lord, like what the brother was bringing out. How the fuck is the creation better than the creator? How are you greater than the creator? You know what I'm saying? You act like you better than the Lord. You bring the truth to Jake. You know, you bring the truth to a nigga. You tell him what it is. Like you tell a nigga, oh, you can't get lineups no more. You can't, get tattoos no more. Or you gotta cut your hair. Your hair long, brother. You got your hair touching your ass, brother. You gotta cut that shit. Gotta take them dreads out. No, fuck that. I ain't gotta do shit. You know, that's how niggas feel. Like niggas try to come into the truth. They try to come into what the Lord got going on, and they try to basically shape it to how they want it to be. The fuck? Like Alizé, Zesty Boy.
Zesty boy.
What that nigga say? What that nigga name is? He said that's my elder. You saw that video?
I don't
Just
believe
came out
it.
a few days ago. He said, what's that nigga? It's just on the tip of my tongue, man. Just on the tip of my tongue. Sarnetta. That nigga said, Sarnetta, my elder. There is no gorilla Hebrew without Sarnetta. You know what I'm saying? Stupid shit like that. You know, niggas are just retarded. He is in the truth. You know, they telling the elder apostles and the elders telling this nigga cut your hair off. You know, cut that shit down. You know, you looking like a gal. Right? Cut that shit down. You know, some people hair texture is just not meant to grow long. You know what I'm saying?
My
Because
hair
some people could,
meant to grow long.
yeah. But what I mean by that is like if you have a very loose hair texture, you can't grow your shit long because that shit gonna start going right down your back.
Oh yeah.
You can't have it like that. Now, if you like, you got tighter curls, you know, you could grow your shit very long and it still not go down your back because you got what? It'll grow into an afro. It grows up. You know what I'm saying? But your hair too loose, it's gonna grow down. His hair happen to be too loose, nigga. You gotta cut that shit, nigga. Cut that shit, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You gotta cut it. All right. He was rebellious against that. Apostle Paul clearly said you cannot wear hats while you're praying and prophesying. What does this nigga do? Make snapbacks of things, you know, wearing all them goofy ass hats while preaching the gospel. You know, and then what did he go to do? He tried to manipulate the words of the Lord, like the Lord owed him something, like the Lord got an answer to him. Oh no, Paul, the epistles of Paul unauthoritative. You know, because it told you not to wear a hat. And I just gave that example to show you can't come into this thing and act like you're above the Lord. You're not above the Lord. Who are you? You know what I'm saying? When you read Job, I believe it's Job 41, when it explains Leviathan, I believe it says in there, if somebody can create a beast like this, roughly paraphrasing, how powerful and how untamed is the Lord, the one who created him? You know what I'm saying? Y'all about to see Leviathan soon. That's been on everybody's spirit lately. That's been on my spirit lately. I click on YouTube today. I'm seeing videos about Leviathan. Shit, the other night, I think it was yesterday, I'm on Netflix scrolling, you know, looking for an anime. I see a fucking Godzilla movie I've never seen before. Like, this some different type of Godzilla movie. This ain't like a mainstream one. I said, what the fuck? So that spirit of Leviathan is out here. So prepare.
And Esau is the one that wants to discover places and things that have never been searched out. So
Yep.
they're devils.
Yeah, it's gonna get him. So this is Romans 11:33 in the GNT. How great are God's riches? How deeper his wisdom and knowledge? Who can explain his decisions? Who can understand his ways? All right, and it goes into that in the book of Isaiah also. And the answer to that question is nobody. Nobody can understand the Lord's ways. All right, nobody can explain his decisions. At the end of the day, how the hell can we explain his decisions when the scriptures literally say man's goings are of the Lord? How can a man then understand his own way? So we can't even understand our own way, and it's of the Lord's doing. So how the hell do you expect the Lord understand the Lord to understand the Lord's ways? Salakia. And it says, as the scriptures say, who knows the mind of the Lord? Who is able to give him advice? Who has ever given him anything so that he had to pay it back? For all things were created by him, and all things exist through him and for him. To God be the glory forever. Amen. Right? So the Lord doesn't owe you anything. All right? Nigga, he gave you breath. He gave you life. Who the fuck are you to think the Lord owes you something? You know what I'm saying? Like that don't even make no goddamn sense, man. Like the Lord owe your ass something. You niggas are crazy at the end of the day. All right. You have something?
No, I don't.
Yeah, come. Yeah, so we can go get this real quick then, play this video. But before I play it, I was gonna say, before I play that video, I was gonna say, I was at the park working out, pull up thing and all that shit. When was that? Today, Monday. So that was yesterday morning. And it was two, Jakes out there and shit working out too. And then Esau walked by while we all working out. And I guess he probably thought we was all together because we all niggas and we all working out in the same spot. You know what I'm saying? But so the nigga said, "What y'all preparing for? What y'all getting ready for?" He was with his wife. What y'all getting ready for? Y'all getting ready for what? Basic training? What are you
Yeah,
preparing
that
for?
Muscle Beach.
I mean, what are y'all getting ready for? Basic training? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh no, no, no. I'm like, cause then I got singled out because I was walking near him, because I was about to do whatever I was about to do. But he went back and spoke to the other Jakes too, and I'll get into that briefly. No, now I was like, no, we ain't on that. No, we ain't doing that. I basically spoke for everybody. No, nigga, we ain't out here for that shit. And then went back to my workout. Then he talking about, man, like, I was with the Air Force, yada yada yada. You should go get into the military, find a recruiter, blah blah blah. How old are you? How old are you? Da, 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 da. Yeah, you're perfect age. And his wife like, yeah, he's the perfect age. Bitch, this ain't the damn 1700s no more. Y'all bitch ass niggas ain't finna sell me into some shit, nigga. Motherfucker, like you getting ready to auction me off. The fuck? I'm like, man, Esau. Yeah, perfect age, you can go in the military. Yeah. And then, basically asked the Jake all the same questions too, that one of the other Jakes. And afterwards, I'm just doing my work and I'm like, I don't pay Esau no mind when it comes to shit like that no more. Jake was like, hey, yo, brother. I was looking at him, I said, oh, what's good? He told me something. We ain't listening to that nigga, right? He said, yeah. He said, yeah, we ain't listening to that shit, right? And we ain't listening to him, right? I'm like, oh, hell no, bro. I say that to say everybody's waking up to Esau's bullshit. That's the point I want to make. That shit happened 10 years ago. Jake ain't finna be we ain't listen to that shit, right? Now everybody waking up to this nigga is the devil. Oh, because the Edomite also said to me, if you don't ever listen to anybody else, listen to me. Now why the fuck would I do that shit, nigga? Why the fuck would I listen to you out of anybody? You're the devil. The scriptures say, never trust thine enemy, for as iron rusteth, so does his wickedness. So you're always going to be wicked, no matter how you paint yourself. You can paint, you take mold, you got mold, right? And you got mold, you paint over the mold. The mold is still going to be there regardless. And at the end of the day, after a while, it's going to show forth, right? It's going to show forth. So that was the story of that pretty much. So I'll just play this video clipping real quick. Slocky is muted. There we go.
Fighting ICE and fighting Trump and fighting this white supremacist regime, too often you guys lose sight of what the fuck the problem is. The problem is our white supremacist culture, white people. We are in this mess because the white man and the white woman love white supremacy. That's the only reason that we are all suffering. That's why our liberties are going. That's why innocent people are dying in the street, including white people. It's because of the white man's fucked up love of white supremacy. And that is the message that not enough white activists talk about. Go to the fucking root. What is the fucking root of the problem? White people and their white supremacist bullshit. That's why we're in this fucking mess. Call it what it is. White supremacy and white people. That is why we're under a white supremacist regime. White people are too goddamn racist. And if they're not perpetrating racism, they're fucking denying it or being silent about it. Apathy, gaslighting, all fucking day, every goddamn day. Let's call it what it is. Until white people fix their fucking bullshit, their racist asses,
everyone suffers.
Yeah, man. More and more people are starting to, as it says, and that man of sin be revealed. the son of perdition. A
Yeah.
lot of people are even you have your own people, so called, because he has the appearance of an Edomite. I'm gonna just say that. You have your own people calling you out on your bullshit. You have your own people calling you out on your bullshit. Let me get this real quick, man.
Yeah, they've been really going
We like to
crazy
see
since
stuff like
that
this.
psyop.
Because usually it'd be Edomite women, and of course, you have the Edomite men that are whistleblowers and all that stuff. But it's just coming out more and more, man. It's just funny to see. It's like, dang, the stuff that we've been saying is coming true. Let's see. Jeremiah 49:15. I just brought this out the other day. For lo, I will make thee small among the heathen and despised among men. Ooh, that's concerning Esau, Edom.
Mhm.
Says, behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals and the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and have created the waster to destroy. That's Isaiah 54:16. This is just these people's job is just to bring forth destruction, man. Everywhere they go on earth, they just bring destruction.
Yeah.
Doom and gloom. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Yep. Yep. And man, even your own people, which I believe when I first saw that video, 'cause I just got done watching that video a few hours ago from Elder Menatazah, but that's not no Edomite. That's a Jake. My opinion. My
Exactly.
humble.
That's why I said so called.
Yeah, that's a Jake. But like the brother said, he appears to be Edomite, so we're gonna put it this way. Your own people saying, nigga, you the devil. And everybody been going, a lot of Edomites have been going crazy ever since that psyop happened up in Minnesota, where that so-called white woman got blasted in the face in the bayou by ICE.
It was a dude. It was the Golden Globes the other night, and it was one of those guys, one of the people at the Golden Globes going off
Mm-hmm.
during his interview,
Yeah.
talking
You talking about Hulk.
Hulk.
Mm-hmm. Bruce Banner, whatever that nigga name is. I don't fucking know that nigga name.
No, I don't think it was him.
You talking about a celeb?
He was a celebrity.
He was saying like he can't pretend no more.
Yeah.
That's him. That's the dude
Oh,
playing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah. I forgot that nigga name, like his real name, but yeah,
Like
something like that.
Post, something.
Yeah, I just saw that video today.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, and that whole shit in Minnesota was a fucking psyop. I wouldn't be surprised if the video was fucking AI. Like, I don't believe that shit happened. And if it did, it did. But like that whole thing is a psyop. And even if it did really happen, it's still a fucking psyop. It's still a psyop at the end of the day, bro. And everybody's waking up to the fact that this nigga is the devil. This nigga's the devil, right? And it's all to cause civil unrest and all that whatnot. So I want to let me pull this precept real quick. One of my favorites. All right, this is the book of Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, that now it is a high time to awake out of sleep. And a lot of people are waking out of sleep right now. That this is targeted towards the nation of Israel, all right, because it says, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. So only ones who could receive salvation are Israelites, right? But everybody's waking out of sleep at this point and realizing who the devil is. All right, all the heathens are waking out of sleep. Why do you think you have the BRICS nations forming? All right, you have the NATO telling America, telling Trump, hey, if you go in and you attack Greenland, or you go into Greenland and you go into got that other one name, the other name of that other country that they're gonna try to conquer too. But if you do that, you know,
Cuba. Cuba.
No, it wasn't Cuba. No, it was a different one.
It was in Africa.
I don't know. No, I don't think so. It might be. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so.
Burkina Faso.
Oh hell no, not that. No, I know That one, yeah. Yeah, that they gonna kill that nigga. Yeah, I know about that. They finna take that nigga out. Shit, they ain't even got no protection for that nigga for real. That nigga through. But yeah, man, everybody's waking out of sleep right now. All right, everybody's waking out of sleep. All right, everybody. You know what I'm saying? So it's a high time for that right about now. And our job is our state.
Daniel 12.
You said what?
That in the book of Daniel 12.
Oh yeah. This is the book of Isaiah 47 and verse 1. Lament for Babylon. Who's Babylon today? It's America, man. This is not talking about ancient Babylon. This is talking about America. The scriptures say things written aforetime from the book of Romans, things written aforetime are written for our learning. All right, so a lot of people try to say in the Bible, when we bring out points that match what we're going through today, well, that's talking about that specific time, which at times throughout the scriptures, yes, it is. You know, it is talking about that specific times, but you have scriptures where it's not talking about that specific time at all. And then you also have scriptures where it's talking about that specific time, but it also aligns with the times that we're in right now, which is why the scriptures say things written aforetime were written for our learning. You would say something as simple as women can't preach and teach. That was for that time if you read the context. So now women can preach and teach, nigga? Like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? You know, just making excuses. That goes back to that what we was talking about earlier. Jake just wants to do what they want to do. They don't want to really follow the Lord. Right? The Lord is too strict for them. Which ultimately, when you really understand these scriptures, like if we're going off point, when you really understand these scriptures, and you get an understanding of these things through the Spirit, you realize you actually have a lot of freedom when following the Lord and serving the Lord. You have a lot of freedom. Like, even when it goes into clean foods. Bro, Jake rather eat all this unclean, and it's the same unclean food. When you hear it, it's the same shit. Pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, shellfish, mussels or oysters. What else? Duck, catfish, yep. Fucking, it's the same unclean food.
Chitlins,
Yep, like fucking
pig snouts, all that shit.
the same shit. The same unclean food, bro. You know what I'm saying? The same unclean food. That's all Jake want to eat. But then you look at all the other clean foods that are very good. You got beef. Let's deal with just meats. You got beef, lamb, goat, chicken, turkey, ox, bison, deer. The list goes on the clean foods. And
Venison.
Yeah, that's deer. Yep. Mm-hmm. And like, you can't make this up, man. And I didn't even include the fish. I'm like, all the clean fishes, but niggas want to eat catfish. Nigga, that's not the only fish in the sea, my nigga. Damn.
Whiting, tuna, sardines.
Yep.
Red snapper.
Yep.
That's just to name a few.
Man, like, it's so many clean foods, and I'll be like Jake just want to be wicked, man. You got a lot of freedom there, like the Lord is just so restricting. When really you got hella freedom. You just stuck to the same old bullshit. You restricting yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you restricting yourself, man. All right. Anyway, this is the book of Isaiah 47 and 1. Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. See, the virgin daughter. Why is this called the virgin daughter of Babylon? First of all, because it's not talking about ancient Babylon. Second off, because she is a virgin. All right. She has yet to be touched. All right. Nobody has ever really touched America in a warlike sense. But pretty soon that's going to change. As you're going to see when we read on. Sit on the ground, there is no throne. What is a representation of you sitting on the ground? It's a representation of damn. Right on the tip of my fucking tongue. Being humbled in a sense. All right, being brought to a lowly estate, for lack of better words. I had it on to
put your ass in time out.
Yeah. I've lost the word in this, whatever though. But it says, "O daughter of the Chaldeans." All right, because these are the Chaldeans all over again. You remember the ancient Chaldeans and how they got down. So it says, "O daughter of the Chaldeans." So they're back. They're back. Those wicked ass niggas causing ruckus, them Chaldeans. You know, when you go over here, let's just type this in. What did the Chaldeans do? Let me see. Hold on. Just a simple Google search to tell you this. It says the Chaldeans were often associated with evil in biblical text, particularly in the context of their role as oppressors and idolaters. All right, they are described as a ruthless and impetuous nation in the book of Habakkuk, highlighting their aggressive nature and military might. All right. So anyway, that's just giving you a brief thing going into that. But anyway, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate. Why? Because that virginity is about to get snatched. All right, you about to go from a virgin to a train getting ran on you. It's a lot for being vulgar, but you about to get got. Let's just say that. It says take the millstone. All right, you about to get treated like a harlot. That's why the scriptures call you the great whore. And grind mill. Uncover thy locks. When a woman takes her, what is a woman supposed to do? A woman's supposed to keep her hair covered at all times. Now, do our women do this today? Do women do this today? No. But a woman is supposed to have her hair covered at all times. That's how it's supposed to be. So when you uncover her locks, talking about uncover her hair, it's not talking about dreadlocks. It's talking about her hair. Right? So when you uncover her hair, all right, that's a form of, shamelessness. All right. That's why, our women, just find it funny, our women act like, when you get to instilling some order around this motherfucker, like they're so restricted. Listen, bitch, you doing shit that you ain't even supposed to do, and we letting it rock because we under grace. You ain't even supposed to walk in the house with your hair uncovered. You're not even supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? You ain't supposed to walk out the house with your fucking forearm showing. God damn it. If we being serious, you supposed to be wearing a big dress, big, long, flowy, but thick dress, all the way down to the foot when you walk about this house here. That's what you're supposed to be doing. So it's like I even tell my rib that all the time. You think I'm restricting you, but if you think this is restriction, you wouldn't survive in the ancient world. That's why I say you wouldn't survive in the ancient world. I don't even be on you like that. Like I should be. You know what I'm saying? That's just going out to you sisters, man. So when you read these type of things, just understand you ain't really being restricted like that, like how you're supposed to be. All right. It says, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg. All right. Uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. All right. So you're being exposed. This devil is being exposed and everybody's seeing it. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered. Yeah, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man. So what does that mean if the Lord's not coming to meet this nigga as a man? That means coming as a God. He's coming in the utmost highest angelic power. All right. So you have been exposed. And I suggest reading all of this as well. But I just want to make this point right here. You're being uncovered. Your nakedness is being uncovered. What does that word nakedness mean? It means your iniquity, your sin. All right. Like the brother referenced, he brought out 2 Thessalonians 2. That man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. You're the man of sin. So that nakedness, the iniquity, man, the wickedness, because you are the wicked. According to Malachi 1:4, the border of wickedness, that's you. All right, so you're being revealed. You're being exposed. All right, did you have something, bro?
Yeah, I could pull some more real quick. Jeremiah 49:10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled in his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not. The Lord have been shining a light on these people. The old tricks that they've used don't work no more. People are starting to catch on to their game more and more, quicker and quicker. And you're unable to fool the people like you once were, man. Pretty much."
Yep. And it's double. This nigga is through. All right. At the end of the day, you're being exposed more and more every day. I want to get this. Can you put my screen? Please, the water.
Right on the board.
No, it's in the Corinthians. Let's see. Come on. There it goes. Show me the prize. There we go. Well, I'll do like this translation, but let me see if I want to get this one instead. Yeah, here we go. So this is the book of 2 Corinthians 10 and 4. Now in the KJV, it says the pulling down of strongholds. Well, it still say strongholds, so yeah. All right. It says, we use the Most High's mighty weapons, which is spiritual. It's not worldly. It's not carnal. All right. We're in a spiritual war at this point in time. So when we mention that we're at war, a lot of people be like, how are you at war? I don't see you taking up arms. Well, war is not always physical. All right. Spiritual war is a lot more difficult than physical war. All right. So it says we use the Most High's mighty weapons, which is this word. All right, which is this word. It's the spirit. It's the power of prayer. That's how we, that's how we get down. It says not worldly weapons. So, you shouldn't be going out to camp with a fucking gun. What was that camp? Was it ISUPK or was it some other camp out there with fucking guns and shit, AKs and all that bullshit? I don't remember which one it was. That was years ago. And then you had at the Passover, one of the Sakari Passovers when they were still a group. You had niggas in that motherfucker with ARs. What the fuck are we doing at the Passover, my nigga? It says not worldly weapons to knock down the strongholds of human reasoning. All right, the strongholds of human reasoning, meaning basically carnal reasoning, manly reasoning. And what is the number that represents this devil? 666. That is the number of man. That's basically the number of carnality. All right, so that's him, the pulling down of Esau's reasonings, all right, and to destroy false arguments, all right, and everything that this devil is adverse to the Most High, all right. It goes into that in 2 Thessalonians 2, all right. He opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called God, which means he is against anything that is righteous, all right. That's him, and now he's being revealed, all right. He's being revealed. It says we destroy every proud obstacle. It says we destroy every proud obstacle that keeps people from knowing the Most High. We capture their rebellious thoughts and teach them to obey Hamashiach. And there you go. That was the point I wanted to get on that. So basically, we're pulling down the strongholds. That's our job. All right, that's our job, is to reveal this devil at the end of the day. And he's being revealed. All right, this guy is being revealed, and there's no running, all right, from your charges, Esau. Like it says in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, it says, I'll just get it. There's no running from your punishment. Put it back in the KJ.
Amos 9.
Yep. Here we go. This is Ezekiel 35 and 1. All right, whether people want to admit it or not, you're coming to the realization of who this devil is, not just because he's showing his true colors, but because we've been telling you, whether you want to admit it or not. All right, it says Ezekiel 35 and 1, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir. Who's Mount Seir? That's talking about the Edomites, because that's where their dwelling was. That's their land. All right, and prophesy against it, and say unto it. So that's our job, to come against Esau. Why you always preaching hate? Why you always coming down on the so-called white man? That's according to the scripture. That's exactly what we're commanded to do, champ. All right, it says, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir. There we go again. I am against thee. The Lord is against you too. So just like you're adverse, completely adverse to the Most High, he's completely adverse to you. All right, two are the polar opposites at birth, Jacob and Esau. All right, so how can you expect the two main characters to not be mentioned time and time again? Jacob and Esau are the two main characters. When you go to 2nd Ezra 6 and 9, you see they're the two main characters. It didn't say when Ammon, what did it say? The end of the world.
What?
So in the beginning, yeah. For the end of the world is Esau. For Esau is the end of the world. Salaki, there you go. So it didn't say for Ammon is the end of the world. It didn't say for Moab is the end of the world. It didn't say for Ishmael is the end of the world. It said Esau. So that's who we're talking about here. The two main characters. Right? It says, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. All right, you're being made desolate. All right, what the brother brought out earlier? You're gonna be despised of all men. You're gonna be made least. All right, I will lay thy cities waste. All right, and thou shalt be desolate. You're being exposed, like what I brought out in Isaiah 47. All right, make you bare. All right, uncover your nakedness. That's you. And it's going to come to a point where you're literally not going to have any allies, man. You're not going to have any allies, like it goes in Revelation 17 and 16. Even the 10 horns, the EU is going to turn on you. And in turn, that automatically means NATO nations are going to turn on you. You're going to be asked the fuck out. You're going to have one ally. You're going to have one ally left. My bad, America. Israel. That's going to be your only ally left. Both of you niggas are going to be completely made bare. All right? That's you. Left completely alone, isolated. All right? It says, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord, because thou hast had a perpetual hatred. You gonna hate us forever. That's why eventually we're just gonna get rid of you, because we're gonna hate you forever too.
There is no compromise.
Yeah, at all. All right, and it says, it has shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword. All right, so that's all you've been doing is whooping our ass. In the time of their calamity, which we're in the time of our calamity because we're still under the curses, in the time that their iniquity had an end. Therefore, like the scriptures say, you furthered our affliction. All right, you heathens aren't off the hook because you added on to it as well. You're going to be punished for that too. All right, it says, therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Then I will make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth. So the Lord is gonna, because you niggas wanted to shed blood, blood is gonna pursue you. The Lord is gonna get you back. Like it says, I forget where it goes into this, and maybe Habakkuk, but where it speaks about a city that is established upon blood shall not stand. It's not going to stand, and that's all you've done. Everywhere you went, you completely rake carnage, man. All right, like the brother was going into earlier, you're the destroyer. Everywhere you go, you're just destroying some shit. You know what you were called? You know, it's not, y'all hide it in the history books and all this shit, but you know what Esau, the so-called white man, was called before 1681? They were called the wild man. Let's see what a wild man means. What does it mean to be called the wild man? It says to be called the wild man generally refers to an uncivilized or savage. Because ain't that what y'all tried to come over here and call our brothers and sisters? Y'all came over here and called Gad and Reuben Indians. The word Indian means a savage. When you were the savage, you were the savage. They welcomed you in like dumbasses with open arms. All right, like fucking dumbasses. We're going to call it how it is because our nation We were stripped of everything. We were stripped of that wisdom and knowledge. So we were moving like fucking dumbasses because we didn't have the Lord. They welcomed your stupid ass in like dumbasses, and look what the fuck happened. Look what you niggas did to them, man. You got a whole holiday now celebrating killing them. That's what you did. Look at the tribe of Gad, which are the so-called Native American Indians. You set hella treaties, over 500 treaties with the tribe of Gad, and you broke every single one. You went into 3 Seminole wars with the Seminole Indians, the tribe of Reuben, for their land. For what? This is the wild man. All right, it says, so let's read that again. To be called the wild man generally refers to an uncivilized or savage individual. You're the savage. You came over here and called us savages, but you're the savage. This term can have various meanings depending on the context. Right? It says in folklore, this ain't no goddamn folklore, nigga. This is the real deal. Real deal Holyfield. It says the wild man is often depicted as a mythical figure, which is not mythical. Ain't nothing mythical about this nigga. Resembling a hairy human. That's Esau. Living in the wilderness and wielding a club or tree as a staff. That's this nigga Esau. Now it says in more general sense, it can be described as someone who is wild, untamed, or unpredictable. Often used to characterize individuals who are stubborn or out of control. Is it not Esau? Is this not that man? Mama, there go that man. This is him. Now it's gonna try to say some bullshit down here. Let's read this shit. The term can also be used in literature to describe characters who embody chaotic or wild behavior, such as in the biblical context of Israel. Nigga, are we serious, my nigga? So what Esau, the white man Ishmael? Fuck out of here. It's Esau, man. Esau. All right. Says overall the term carries connotations of wildness and unpredictability, often associated with negative traits. There you go. So that's Esau, man. That's Esau for you. So you have something else, bro?
No, I ain't had none.
So yeah, we just ended off there, through the spirit. So Lord willing, y'all were all edified out there who decide to listen in and watch. All right, so we're gonna close this off, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachakurash. And of course, as always, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who have taught us all this truth in the spirit and power of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. They are the apostles and the elder bishops and the elders and the prophets of all of Israel. We are the body of Yahweh Shai. That's us. All right. And those 4 men started with Elder Apostle Tahar, to Elder Apostle Gabar, to Elder Apostle Rahim Lab, and the Elder Apostle Rachel. Those are the fathers of our nation at this moment in time. Whether you want to accept it or not, that's the facts. All right. That's the facts. So the more you come against those men, the worse the judgment is going to be for you. All right, these are the leaders of the nation of Israel, and we are all under them, the he-goats as well of the nation of Israel. Whether you hear or forbear, whether you want to accept it or not, nobody else can claim that they have 100% truth outside of the camp of Great Millstone. And if you do want to come around claiming you got 100% truth, nigga, come out and say it so we can expose that shit. All right, what did the elder what did the elder Menatazakba always say? This is Great Millstone. All right, this is Great Millstone where all false doctrine and all lying words and etc., roughly paraphrasing, come to die. All right, because we have the 100% truth through the spirit and power given unto us by Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. So anyway, Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom.
Shalom.